What is up, guys? Welcome to GameBird Classic. Today, I want to talk to you about The Legend of Zelda: Four Sword Adventures and why I think the Nintendo Switch needs a remake, a remaster, or a proper sequel. Let's dig right in. So The Legend of Zelda: Four Swords was originally released on the Game Boy Advance in 2002. It was a pack-in with A Link to the Past, and it was the very first multiplayer Zelda game ever made that had the ability of 2 to 4 players to play co-op locally. The game was then re-released in 2004 on the Nintendo GameCube as Four Sword Adventures, and featured some tweaks and enhancements, like a full storyline, or the ability to play 1 to 4 players instead of 2 to 4 on the Game Boy Advance. It also got a release on the DS as part of the 25th anniversary of Zelda, and featured levels from Link's Awakening, the original Zelda, and A Link to the Past. This game was a local multiplayer blast. In Four Sword Adventures, you and up to 3 other players would compete for points, all while working together to solve puzzles, complete dungeons, fight bosses, and one thing that's really cool about this game was it blended different elements from the Zelda series in it, from its characters to its gameplay to its art style. Just really cool and so much fun to get a group of friends together and just Zelda. However, I feel this is one Zelda game that really gets overlooked. And I think the big reason for that was the big barrier for entry to get the most out of the game. I mean, to have the full experience, you had to have a GameCube, you had to have a Game Boy Advance for each person, and a link cable for each person, and the game. That's 1 GameCube, 4 Game Boy Advances, 4 link cables, and 4 Sword Adventures. It was ridiculous, and I really think that held that game back from doing really well on the GameCube. Not to mention the GameCube wasn't exactly the highest selling console at the time. This is exactly why I'd love to see Nintendo remaster, remake, or give a sequel to Four Swords on the Nintendo Switch. I just feel like this platform would be the perfect home for this little multiplayer gem. All they need to do is give some tweaks and enhancements, add some online matchmaking. If you only have 1 Switch, you use 4 Joy-Cons, you play multiplayer that way, or you have 3 friends who each have Switches and you could do local multiplayer that way. It would just be so perfect. And I don't know, if we're not gonna get it as a remaster or a remake, at least a re-release on the eShop or as part of the Nintendo Online service, I would just love to see this game that's been so overlooked get new life on the Nintendo Switch. The Switch is a console that lets you play how you want, where you want, when you want, and a game like this just fits that so perfectly. So crossing my fingers that Nintendo makes it happen. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, hit that like button, really helps me out. Also, feel free to share this, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can see when I upload next, and I'll see you guys on the next GameBird Classic. Peace!